Welcome to Midlife Unlimited, the podcast for women who want more. I'm your host, Kate Porter, the Midlife Metamorphosis Coach. And there's a bit of feedback, but ignore that and just carry on enjoying the show. And I'm delighted to be joined by my episode 58 guest, the wonderful Elle Kay, transformative hypnotherapist, to give a taste and share some golden nuggets from our full-length audio episode, How to Start Living Boldly, that's available now wherever you listen to your podcasts. So welcome, Kay. It's fabulous to have you here. Sorry, KL.
Thank you,
God,
Kate.
do you know, I'm so excited because viewers, it's Midlife Unlimited's first birthday. So apologies. Oh my goodness me.
Well, happy birthday to the podcast and thanks for having me, Kate. It's great to
Thank
be here.
you. Our little acorn is growing. Now, obviously, festive countdown is well and truly on. So our episode is so timely, isn't it? Because this can be a time when, amid all the Christmas chaos and pressure, we can actually start thinking, what do I actually want?
Yes, I mean, it's that kind of natural time of year where you start to reflect on your life, reflect on your year, what you've achieved, and what you'd still like to achieve, and you can start to think, what do I really want? Am I living a life for other people? Am I people pleasing, or am I living for me? And a lot of the times we do slip into that people pleasing. And it's a good time of year to reflect and think, next year won't be the same as this year. I want to start thinking about me, my priorities, my wants and needs, rather than putting everyone else first.
No, you're absolutely right, because you mentioned that wonderful phrase, people pleasing. I'm a recovering so many things, but I am a recovering people pleaser. But even now, as we talk about in our full length episode, I've been squirting radiators with Christmas essence just to try and make the house smell lovely. We put pressure on ourselves to be perfect that no one else we're setting ridiculous standards for ourselves, aren't we? And making ourselves potentially miserable as a result.
Absolutely. I think we just want everything to be perfect for everyone else, and it's at the expense of us. So we're spending the money, the time, the effort, the stress, trying to make everything perfect for everyone else. And that's how you end up, getting burnt out, because you're just running around trying to do everything but going above and beyond. And oftentimes people just want to spend time with you and they want to just have you there and have your attention. So, trying to focus more on that than trying to get everything perfect, I think can really help.
Oh, absolutely, because time is top of my Christmas list this year, because my boy, I think, as everyone knows, he moved out. He's now living in London with his
Oh,
lovely girlfriend, and he's going to be home for a few days, and every hour I'm going to love. I don't care about the food, about no, it's going to be about the quality of time, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely. And just having fun as well. I think that's why we all play board games and do that kind of thing at Christmas as well, because it's good to just spend quality time together. Right. I mean, obviously we all watch a bit of TV as well, but it's about interacting and about getting more time. People appreciate your time and your energy and your
And these board
attention.
games, I mean, they're blinking expensive, but I've been going around the charity shops and that's a
Ah, that's a
win-win,
good
because the
idea.
charity
Yeah.
shops, and you can get superbly, really expensive board games, and now they check them all, so you haven't got the old, oh my goodness,
Yeah, the
it's all
missing
missing.
parts.
For a few pounds. So if you start one and it's not that great, you can just whip out.
Yeah,
But one of
absolutely.
the reasons we chose the title for this episode is because, to me, you epitomize living boldly. And we'll talk more a little in a minute about the word bold, because it's bold versus brave that we have a really good debate about in our episode. But
Uh-huh.
you're all about, and I love this too, making today our one day.
Yeah. I think we all think when things quieten down, when things aren't as busy, I'll then spend more time on my dreams and what I want to do. But often we all get, years and years and years down the line and we realise actually life doesn't slow down. And if you don't make today the day that you prioritise yourself, years will slip by and you'll look back and you'll regret it. And I would rather regret the things that I have done and the things I haven't. So it's just for me, I completely changed my life and just thought, I can't wait. I don't want to wait any longer. You just keep thinking, you keep postponing your own joy. And a time and a magical day will never come. No one's coming to save you. You have to realise that, you've got to grab life and go with it and make it your own, because time slips by so quickly and you'll look back and regret it. You'll realise that life's always going to be busy, so you need to just decide today is the day.
Yeah. And perhaps, over the Christmas period, when, as we say in our episode, things can come to a head because the distractions of work or whatever the distractions of day-to-day life are removed to a certain extent. But it might be a good time to actually just go for a walk, take some time out, and actually think the things that you're doing while you're postponing. So
Mhm.
the reasons the excuses you're making to yourself, I
Yeah.
can't do this because I've got to spend all day doing what is it that you are doing that is the excuse for you not doing what you want to do?
I think it is. It's about maybe carrying out an audit of your life and thinking, where do you spend your time? Because we all say we're too busy, and a lot of people are busy. I've been there, single mum, working more than full time, trying to parent, trying to be a good employee, doing all of that. And then there's no time left for me. But really, when you look at it and you can audit what you do, you can then maybe identify even 15 minutes a day, I say, is enough to start building the life that you want. Just schedule 15 minutes in to do some visualization, to do some journaling. Obviously I'm a huge advocate for hypnotherapy, listening to some audios, even carving out some time for a hobby. And people think self-care is about a face mask or having a bath, but it's not. It's about looking after yourself. And if that is doing a bit of journaling, a bit of inner child work, a bit of breathing, all this kind of stuff can help. And it then helps you. So if you're really tired, for instance, if you can work on your sleep, that then means you're less hungry, you're less, snappy to your family. It has that ripple effect. So small, tiny changes in your day that don't take up too much time can actually change other elements in your life as well. And it means then you're not just stuck in that sort of stress cycle. You're not just living in like survival mode. You're actually starting to live your life and thrive and not just survive.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because there is so much information out there, isn't there? And I love what you said then as well. It is about finding what's right for you, because there's no rule book. There's no you must do this, you must do that. Don't
Yeah.
listen to what everyone else is spouting on about. Oh, this is the latest thing. This works for me. By all means, try it. But isn't it? It's about figuring out what works for you, what lights you up.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's about living your life about how it feels for you, not how it looks to other people. So we
Yeah,
all scroll on Instagram. Yeah, we all see other people and everything looks perfect. Their life won't be perfect. You're just seeing a sort of glimmer. But there's that pressure and expectation that we're going to live our life for what will other people think. We need to cut the grass to a certain length every Saturday morning. Or people will talk about us. We've got to wash our car. We've got to wear certain clothes. We've got to get a new car every 3 years. But it's more about how life feels. So if you're going on fun journeys with your kids and your car works, then that's fine. You don't have to always have the new model. Spend the money on something else. So it's a bit about what feels right for you and not about what looks good for other people. That's the key to like having a happy life.
No, absolutely. And I'd like to loop back to the two words that I say they kind of popped up in our conversation in our audio episode, which, as I say, is available now wherever you listen to your podcast. And all Elle's contact details are in the show notes for our episode and on the Midlife Unlimited podcast website. But
Yeah.
we were chatting, weren't we, about being bold and obviously living boldly. But then we suddenly said, well, hang on, we've got the two B words, brave and bold. And we agreed that they've got very different connotations, haven't they?
Yeah. Uh-huh. I think sometimes people say, oh, you're brave. It can be a sort of backhanded compliment, I suppose,
Yeah.
because it's as if it's something negative. So if you wear a bikini, oh, you're brave, and you just think that
Oh, I
is a
get it
bit
for
of
my
an
hair.
insult sometimes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I get it. Oh, you're brave being grey, aren't you?
Whereas it looks amazing. I think it is about being bold. It's about living life on your terms and not worrying what other people think. If it's something you like and you want, then go for it. I've changed. I left my career of like 20 odd years, sold the house with, the big house, the driveway, the car, all that kind of stuff, and moved back in with my parents. And now I've just bought a place that I'm doing up. And for me, people would go, oh, on the surface it looked great. I had the career, I had the house and all that kind of stuff, but I was miserable. And now I'm so much happier. I've downsized, I'm mortgage free. and I'm just so much more happy now. And if I had worried about those expectations and, oh, you're brave, people have said that to me, you're brave, but I actually feel like I'm being bold because I'm living life on my terms. And a Monday morning now, I feel really happy and excited, whereas a Monday morning before I felt ill, and I'm not doing that just to have the house and the mortgage and, what people would think on the surface is success. So it is about being bold for you. And I think people say brave in a kind of negative way, but I think you flip that on its head and see yourself as being bold and living life on your terms.
Yeah, because we talk a lot in our full length episode about that wonderful feeling when you suddenly realize that fear of judgment, that fear of constantly worrying what other people are thinking about you and saying about you, when it slips away, it's like stepping out of this. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think you have to do it because your nervous system will just scream and fight against you, and you'll end up, reverting back to this kind of safety zone. But if you can do it sort of gradually, just maybe wear like a bold lipstick or wear something you normally wouldn't wear, or get your hair cut or something like that, and just start gradually. Because for me, I was in the press for a couple of things, and some of the, I saw all the kind of Facebook comments that were really negative, but as soon as I realised that didn't bother me, I realised if I can deal with that, I can deal with anything. And you become more bold. So sort of that exposure therapy of gradually building
Mm.
up things where you're going to be judged and just not caring. Eventually you get to that point where, and your midlife is like the kind of prime time for that. You just care less about what other people think, but build it up gradually and you build that momentum. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, you build momentum and you generally just don't care the more you go on, but start small and build it up. And your
No.
nervous system will realise that you're safe. You're not going to be attacked again, because it kind of goes back to our cave people days. That's kind of where it is about trying to survive. So it's an inbuilt thing that we want to keep others happy. We want to fit in, but we don't really need to do that now to survive. So we need to sort of reteach ourselves that.
Mm, no, absolutely. And as we say, the next couple of weeks over the festive period, rather than making it an absolute headache of trying to be this perfect person, actually, no, decide you're going to be perfectly imperfect and have a bit of fun experimenting with new things, trying new things, putting on. I mean, I know when we said bold lipstick, yes, I love a bold lipstick, and I know you're a fan of it, but it's not frivolous, because
Yes.
it's such a part. It's played a huge part in my own metamorphosis,
Yeah.
that transformation of unleashing the Kate who I'm meant to be, and
Absolutely.
stop stifling and hiding and diluting me. And not everyone's
Yeah.
going to like me. And if you
Yeah.
don't, absolutely fine.
I mean,
Absolutely fine.
yeah. I've got loads of tattoos, and when I first started getting tattoos, I hid them from my parents. I would hide them, I was really self-conscious, and now it's just part of who I am, so it doesn't bother me. But even that, for me, it was like I was so torn between it's what I wanted, but then what would people think? And it was that sort of transition. And now when I go out, especially in the summer, people are staring, and you just think, well, you can stare all you like. This is how I like to look. This is my body. It's my choice. And it's something you do for you, and it is getting over that fear of what other people think, and you then become more comfortable in your own skin, and it feels like who you truly are, rather than a sort of watered down version that would be acceptable to other people.
Well, it really is a form of self-expression, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
for sure.
You literally are expressing who you are on your skin, but it's not a mask. It's almost the opposite, because you're actually showing your true colours.
Yeah, and again, I think sometimes you don't know what you don't know, so you might not know who you are and how you want yourself to be. Like when I had my daughter and I was a new mum, I really struggled with like who I was, and I dressed really frumpy and I just didn't know what to do. But I went on Pinterest and online onto Instagram and was just like looking at other people and seeing which bits of them I really liked and what I didn't. And I went back to my natural hair colour as well. I was blonde for years and decided to go back to red, and that was a big thing for me as well. So
So
it's
I
that
can't
sort of
imagine you
process.
without the red hair now. It
Yeah, well,
just
I was
seems
platinum
such a
blonde for
natural
years.
part of, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot less maintenance, so it's great. But and when I start to go grey, I'll just embrace the grey as well. But for me, that was a big transition as well. So how you appear, it is, as you're saying, it's self-expression. So it's, you know, deciding how you want to look and how you want to present yourself to the world, but based on what you like and not what you think other people will accept. Don't try to just blend in, just be yourself.
I love that. I love that. We are so
Mhm.
in tune with how but I say anyone watching this who wants to get in touch with you, and I'm sure there's going to be loads of men and women that would like, yes, I need a bit of Elle in my life. As I said, all your details are on the show notes for our episode and on the Midlife Unlimited podcast website. But can you just talk us through how we can get in touch with you and anything, any offers you've got available or anything you've got coming up?
Yeah, so I've got my website is lk.co.uk. I'm on Instagram, it's hey_l_k. I've got some freebies, so I've got a quiz. It's all about kind of how you're living your life at the moment, what your spice level is. And when you complete that, there's personalised feedback automatically at the end of the quiz. And I've also got a playbook. It's about having a red hot reset for your life. So it's a playbook. It talks about manifestation, it talks about mindset, it talks about, you know, your nervous system, all that kind of stuff, and how you can start to build the life of your dreams and just to be more bold. So that's all available on my website, or if you DM or comment any of my posts free, that'll all be sent over as well. There's a range of sort of coaching and offers as well, but the freebies a good starting point.
Excellent. That sounds fabulously festive. And talking of festive, obviously I've got some festive offers as well. I won't give you all the details now. I will say just go and have a look. Go and have a look on the website or get in touch with me. All my contact details are on the show notes as well. It just remains for me to say a very big thank you to you, Elle, for joining me on this very special day, and to everyone who's watched, listened, downloaded Midlife Unlimited in the first year. You are amazing because without you, there would be no Midlife Unlimited. Here's to being fabulous and flourishing together, Elle. And
Absolutely, yes, and happy birthday to the podcast and Merry
thank
Christmas to
you.
everyone as well.
Woo! And to living Midlife Unlimited. Thanks for joining me. It's been brilliant.
Thanks, Kate.